guys in here that's been in prison before, and they tell us, like, you get treated way better in prison than you do here in Cook County Jail. They plead guilty just because they're tired of sitting here. I have a guy here right now that's been here for the past 10 years. It looks like it could be drugs. They confiscate the books, and now that's an issue because you can't just confiscate my books without due process, and they confiscate it and don't even send it back to the owner.
That's the first thing they do. They just take everything. They ain't giving us nothing. There's no remedies for nothing. There's no program. They use Division 9 as the worst kind of punishment you can possibly get. And they send you over there. It's just everything they do is you just take. I don't understand it. Everybody's trying to fight you. They strike you. They automatically penalize another person. You ain't got no right to defend yourself in here. Nothing. You do anything, they sending you to the hole. You automatically get a whole time. They give you commissary restriction. You get commissary restriction, we can't die soap. And then they only give us a little bar of space soap that's supposed to last us the entire week. They overly spraying us for everything. You only supposed to use that if it's excessive force, the way they hit. I just got hit with some nicks the other day, and it was only they could have came in and just broke the fight up. The first thing that they went to was use the mace.
There was toxic black mold in the shower and on ceiling tiles. CCDOC's kitchen's inability to meet my medical dietary needs had me at 72 pounds. Administration violated the court's order and moved me to protective custody in 3 Annex. A condemned building, Tom Dart signed off on closing and signed off on reopening with nothing but a fresh coat of paint to cover the black mold, where there is no medical care, but I can pay for the 4 things I'm not allergic to off commissary to supplement my diet. Housed in a non-medical building, staff resent having to make policy and rule exceptions for a person with disabilities. Instantly, I became their target. COs don't stop IICs from harassing and threatening me. In November of 2024, after being assaulted by CO Brown, Sergeant Brian Randall left me laying on the floor unconscious and never called medical.
The food they feed us is terrible. We only get 1 odd meal a day. Peanut butter and jelly at 4 o'clock in the morning. And 12, 11, some sandwiches and shit. All this food is horrible, terrible. It's supposed to be 2 officers to 1 deck. It's only 1 officer on 1 deck. And sometimes they have 1 officer watching 2 decks at a time. So it could be a motherfucker over there getting beat up brutally bad. Come on, nothing happened. Until it get reviewed on camera, and that's sad.
If somebody was to come in here and just, smell how the place is and see the mold in the mill doing, the things that's growing on the walls and the paint chipping everywhere. And on top of that, they have a serious rodent pest problem in here. You have mice and rats that invade our cells at night and that crawls in the ceiling on top of our heads and that drop rat droppings on top of our head at night when we sleep, so we have to put paper on the ceiling, but then the officers tell us to take it down. And there's been numerous occasions where my family, my wife, my children has been disrespected and made to wait 2 or 3 hours, to see me on a visit, and people talk down on them, God, disrespecting them and treating them as if they were, detainees or inmates, which you shouldn't be treating a detainee or inmate any kind of way like a dog anyway. But when it comes to when you talking to our family members and that you try to discourage them to not come and see us and tell them they gotta wait or they can't talk or can't do this or can't do that, and they get nasty attitudes and don't want to help when you working in a job where you have to at least have some type of decent social skills. We know you have to be respectable. It's totally unacceptable.
That's the movement that needs to be done. You need to have some type of radicalism to not only get things to change, but to get things attention. So y'all movement is correct. It's perfect for today's day and age. Because a lot of people have tried to do movements, but they was quote unquote inside the boundaries. Y'all are going outside the boundaries, going against what the norm is, and being radical about it. And that's what I love.